Hello, y'all. Welcome to live. We finna get into it. We're gonna talk about two things, right? We're gonna talk about Real Housewives of Atlanta. Well, four things, two shows: Housewives of Atlanta, Basketball Wives, and then we're gonna get into um just some hot topics like this gym conversation. We're definitely gonna get into that, and then there's one more thing we're going to get into. Kobe, get out the way. I hope y'all having a good Wednesday. I'm having a great Wednesday, okay? So yeah, we're gonna talk about Real Housewives of Atlanta, Basketball Wives, Jason Lee, and then we're gonna get into this gym debate debacle. Okay? Make sure y'all like the live, y'all share it. And we finna just get into it. Okay, so the first thing I really want to talk about is Real Housewives of Atlanta, right? So Shamia just went on a radio show and she talked about her relationship with Porsha. And I thought this was interesting, right? Because on the show, Shamia act like Porsha can't do no wrong. Portia's not doing any wrong. So I didn't think that there was really a big issue as she made it on the radio show because she kind of just downplayed it. But now she's saying like, yeah, some people got into Portia's ear, and now Portia really don't want to talk to her. This is all alleged in my opinion. She really feels like this is the time for Portia to now come to her, and talk to her because she felt like she's done what a friend does, which I'm not gonna hold you. I feel like Shamia is a real friend. Like she always got Portia back. I'm conflicted with the checking Portia on camera because I can understand with your friend, you want to check her behind the scenes, but it seems like you're not doing anything at all. Now, if she would have came to the public and said that, like, y'all don't see it, but I do talk to her behind the scenes, but I'm not going to do it on camera, I could respect that. But it doesn't even seem like she goes that far. So Shamia, like, look, I'm going to take a step back. And I'm going to let Portia do the reciprocating because I'm tired of just doing my part. Pretty much is what that said. And I agree. I've watched Real Housewives of Atlanta for over 10 years now. And she's always been there. Like, she's always been there. She's been like the real friend. Even when it came down to Phaedra, let's talk about it. Because when Phaedra set her up to say whatever she had to say about Kandi, about her being drugged allegedly, Shamia was the first person that went backstage and was like, girl, I told you, girl, I told you. And she didn't even want to hear it then. She like, no, I don't want to hear it. I just need to talk to my sister. I just need my sister right now. I just want to talk to my sister. That's what she said to Shamia, even though Shamia warned her. But yeah, I could definitely see how the friendship is not reciprocated. When it comes to Real Housewives of Atlanta as a whole, Angela is the real MVP. She eating the girls up. And I love Angela because she just eat the girls up so calmly. Just so chill, so laid back. She don't got to do too much. And that's why Brett was mad at Kenya. Because Kenya kept eating her up. Just cool, collective. And she wasn't getting mad like Britt wanted her to get mad. That's why she did all of that extra stuff. And that's what Kenya, I almost got the name. That's what Kenya messed up. Kenya should have kept eating her up like that because it was working, clearly. But it's like she felt like, I don't know why she did all of that, especially at her opening. Do I feel like that was like the real official opening? No. But y'all get the point. Like, at her opening, I don't think that was the right time and place. And she could have just kept eating her up. But that's not here or there. But something needs to happen. I see that Phaedra is coming back. Again, like Married to Medicine, I don't think Phaedra is here to save the show. I think that if Kenya was fired, then Britt needs to be fired. But I don't see Phaedra just coming in just saving the show. Now, what I do want to see is why Kelly and Britt got into it, because They chopped it up real well. They was cool. I kind of want to see what the tea is on that one because I wasn't expecting that. I'm not gonna hold you. I'm trying to see if there's anything else about Real Housewives of Atlanta that I really want to speak on. I think the season out of 10 would be more like a. I feel like third, fourth episode when we was getting used to everybody was coming together. I think it was getting juicy, right? It was giving me to an 8. But then when Kenya left, it flopped because Britt became a victim, even though she's not a victim. Because let's be for real, the pictures was already out there. This is the internet. She's talking about, I scrubbed the internet. You can't scrub nothing. If they want to find it, they're going to find it. So it was already out there. It ain't like Kenya had to search deeply. And allegedly, it wasn't Kenya herself. It was her team. But she still got to, take the smoke for that. So it is what it is as far as that. What else? I think that's it for Real Housewives of Atlanta. And if it was Kenya's team who found the pictures and gave it to her, Kenya, you need a new team. We can move on from that. Basketballwives, I literally just watched the episode. So far, right? Because this is season 12, episode 1. I would give it a 7. I don't know. I'm kind of tired of Evelyn. Evelyn and Jennifer have been into it since I was in high school. I'm 30 years old. I'm kind of tired of their little back and forth banter. But what I don't respect is that Evelyn didn't come with this news behind the scenes. I feel like it would have been more genuine. And that was Jennifer's concern. Now, on the caveat to that, Jennifer, if she's telling real tea and she's giving you real information. Sorry, y'all. My hair, I just need to. Okay. If you was giving real information, then you might want to check it out. You might want to look into it. Like just check off things like can felons day trade? Did he really know the cousin? Is there a cash app? However she sent the money, is there a link to him? I think you should be doing background work. And maybe she is. I don't think she would ever say it publicly, what they want her to say. And that's the only thing I agree with Jackie on this point right here. When Jackie was like, that's her man. She's going to side with her man. And especially publicly, right? But yeah, I thought that was interesting. I thought it was interesting that nobody showed up to Jennifer's reunion. Jennifer's wedding. I thought that was a little odd because it's like nobody came. Or maybe she was just mentioning the people from Basketballwives, but I'm hoping somebody came. And then here's the caveat to that, right? When you go further and deep into people's relationships and realize why they go stick along and stay. She also mentioned that his family was a good support system as well. And since she don't have her mom, they kind of feel that in. So that's like another thing that I'm pretty sure it's going to take some real hard evidence to break apart. But, and that's the thing. That's hard. I hope everything is legit. If it's not legit, I hope she made that man sign a prenup. Jennifer Williams. I think that's her last name, allegedly. I hope you made that man sign a prenup because if you didn't, I don't know about that one, sis. I don't know about that one, But I would like to know that. Like, can felons day trade in the state that they're in? And is there a real connection between the cousins sending the $1,500? They claim they're going to trade and you ain't hear nothing from them, right? Did he send her a letter and said, this is how much I trade, this is what I traded in, this is your results, you got nothing? Or did he really just go ghost? Like, that's more of the information I would want to know. What else happened on Real Housewives of Atlanta? Brittany turning Muslim. Hey, do whatever you feel you need to do. Let me see. Brandy is separated from her husband. Now that's a shock. I didn't see that coming. And a lot of people were saying that Evelyn, now this is all alleged in my opinion, I don't know if this is true, but people were saying that Evelyn and the game are dating. So it's a little odd that Evelyn's daughter now has a child by the game. I don't know how true that is. I do believe that the game and Evelyn are in the same age bracket, but whether they dated or not, I don't know. But that's a little awkward. Shani and Jackie. Shani had me crying because she was like, you tell she knew, but she's being herself. Like, she's not trying to put on, she don't need a moment for the show. So Shani just peeping the scene. And when I say Shani, I mean Jackie's daughter. But what I was gonna say was them living in the same apartment. That's too close. That's too close. We could do 5 minutes apart. We could do 10 minutes apart. We could do a walk apart, but not in the same building. Oh my God! And Jackie Christie. Oh no! And then she's talking about I can't have a key. And she don't even seem like the type of person that have a key and call. She seems like the type of person that have a key and just walk up in there. Too close. And getting her son in modeling. I mean, that's not shocking. They are in that type of world. So, I mean, it only makes sense to go ahead and start his bag a little early. Ming Lee, really don't know much about her. She really didn't say much. We just know she moved from LA. She was a multimillionaire, and then Taiwan broke her heart. So I really don't know much about her, but I guess we'll learn more as we go. It looks like she gets into it with Brandy, talking about makeup. So I don't know how deep her storyline is going to be, but I guess we're going to keep watching to see. Oh, what I found funny is while Jackie, Evelyn, and her daughter was sitting at the table when Brittany walked off, her daughter was like, "Mom, do not go up there and start no mess." And as soon as she said that, here come messy production. Zooms in on Jackie, talking about some, I understand why you mad at Evelyn. I understand just hyping it up. Girl, you're messy. You are so messy, Jackie. But I don't know. I am still looking forward to it, though. I can say, so some shows they start and I'm like, nah, I'm not fit to continue talking about this. But I am going to do a deeper think piece on this in my videos. That's what my videos are for. And then my shorts is pretty much like gossip and stuff like that. Unless it's just too long and too elaboration where I got to make it a video. But, yeah, so Basketballwives video coming soon, season 12, episode 1. The next thing I want to talk about was Jason Lee and Candace Owens. I thought this was an interesting conversation. I wanted to watch it because I wanted to see their conversation and how they handle the conversation and responses based on the LGBTQ and the transgender community, because I know they're complete opposites. So when different opposite people have an interview and they come together, I just want to watch it and see how it's gonna go. That's all. And I know they have a subject that they just completely, disagree on. But Candace Owens made an interesting point, right? She said if a man is going to say he is now a woman, can Rachel Dawson say she is now black because she was born white, right? And Jason Lee was like, that's crazy. She was born white, so how can she be black? And then Candace Owens was like, right, that's crazy. He's a man. How can he say, so that was like her contrast to that. I thought that was interesting because it's the same ideology, right? And when you have a certain ideology for one thing, you can't pick and choose when you want to apply it. You have to apply it all around, right? So I thought that was interesting. I did disagree with her with the whole Breonna Taylor incident, right? She said that Breonna Taylor wasn't a good look for Black Lives Matter because her boyfriend was a drug dealer. So it wasn't pretty much a good look. And I feel like that's the issue because a Black woman shouldn't have a look. She's a woman in general, so I don't understand why she'd have to look a certain way to get sympathy. And I said that, she's the type of person that would talk about Rosa Parks and not talk about Claudette Cloven, which really happened to at 15 years old. But because she didn't fit the image, they picked Rosa Parks, right? And I brought Claudette Colvin up because she mentioned that she did not like Black Lives Matter because Black Lives Matter made her a victim. She said, I'm not a victim. I don't want people to look at me as a victim. But then the same breath, you say that Breonna Taylor isn't a good person for BML because it does not look right. So it's like either you care about what the others think or you don't. So I felt like that was like a big contradiction because it doesn't matter how it looks. The truth is just what it was, right? So for her to lean, not to lean into Black Lives, and mind you, I don't care for Black Lives Matter. I know my Black Lives Matter. You know what I'm saying? But for just using her words, she said that I don't like Black Lives Matter because it makes me a victim. But then I don't want to bring Breonna Taylor into it because she wasn't the right person. So you still care how it looks, right? So yeah, I thought that was a big huge contradiction on Candace Owens' part. But I thought overall the interview was good. I like how they were able to heavily disagree but still have a good conversation because I really wanted to understand why Candace Owen think this way and why she come up with the conclusion she comes up with, even though I disagree and agree with her on certain topics. So I thought it was a good conversation. What's the other thing I want to talk about? So I want to talk about. So there's this debate, y'all, on TikTok about gym wear, right? And there's some men saying that women should wear certain outfits in the gym because it's distracting. I can't focus. Excuse me. And I thought that was a sick take because you're making women responsible and accountable for your actions as a grown man. I thought that was very dangerous to say. And then you have women who are like, yeah, y'all are distracting men. And why do y'all even want to wear them type of outfits? It's uncomfortable. You should want to be comfortable. You should wear a big tank top. And my thing is, you're not focusing enough in the gym. You ain't really there to work out. You ain't trying to lose weight or gains. Why are you focused so much on what other people got going on? And that's the problem. People need to start focusing on themselves. Because when I see a woman walk up in the gym and she got a cute outfit on, I'm trying to figure out where she got it from. I'm not talking about, oh, she need to wear a shirt. Them shorts too short. Why is that any of my business? Really? And then what I loved is that the woman in Atlanta, she has an all-women gym and they still had the same type of outfits to show that it wasn't even for me. We just like the way that, you know how hard it is to go and work out, first of all? Let's be for real. You know how hard it is to get there. And you think we doing all this for what? Crazy work. But yeah, it's very dangerous to think that way, to think that we are responsible for other people's comfortability. Like, you're in the public. If you don't like what you see outside, get you a gym at home or work out at home. I don't know what to tell you. That's crazy work to me. But so y'all know what I'm saying, so I don't care. What would you want to wear? It's not that deep. It's never that deep. As far as men, just control yourself as an adult. Like, what are we talking about? And the fact that it's 2025 and we're still using that as an excuse, that's the part that's crazy to me. And it starts at school. It starts when you're a young kid. When you in school, they talking about you can't show your shoulders because it's distracting. Just dumb as hell. That is so dumb to me. When people say that, don't show your shoulders because it's distracting. Again, making women responsible for men actions. It's a hot mess. Okay? But honestly, I had 2 shows to go over with y'all. I had 2 hot topics to go over with y'all. And yeah, I'm going to be coming up here every Wednesday, 7 p.m. Central Time for about 20-30 minutes just to chop it up with y'all. I am new to live, so I'm trying to do a nice time amount where I'm not burnt out early. And then I'm still new to this. Like, when you go live, I'm going to be very honest. You got to talk. You just got to talk. And I don't know how to talk to myself. A lot of times when I've done this in the past, you know, when people comment, you can have conversations, but I eventually want people in the box so we can start having like group box discussions on certain things. So, but that's on me though. You know, I have to stay consistent every Wednesday, 7 p.m. Central Time, which I will be here. So we can start growing this live thing because I post videos every day, y'all. Y'all gonna get a video or a short out of me every single day. So now I have to, you know, get into this live era. And once I'm in it, I enjoy it, you know? So see y'all next Wednesday. We can talk about more topics. I'm gonna do the same. I'm gonna do 2 TV shows, and then we could do like some hot topics. Yeah, y'all. So that concludes Real Housewives of Atlanta, Basketball Wives, Jason Lee and Candace Owens interview, and the whole gym debacle, which is a mess. I need everybody to just focus on themselves when they're in the gym. All right. Bye, y'all. See y'all next week, and make sure y'all subscribe. Okay. Thank y'all.